10 signs he's not interested anymore. Have you ever been in a situation where you're just not sure if the guy you're seeing is still interested? It can be so confusing, right? Maybe he used to text all the time and now he's barely responding. Or perhaps those fun dates have turned into awkward silences. If you're wondering whether he's losing interest, you're in the right place. Today we're diving into the 10 clear signs that he's not interested anymore. By the end of this video, you'll have a much clearer picture of where you stand. So let's dive into these signs. Number 1, communication drops off. If he used to text or call you regularly and now it feels like you're pulling teeth to get a response, this is a red flag. Communication is key in any relationship, and when it starts to wane, it often means his interest is fading. Imagine you used to get good morning texts every day, but now you're lucky if he responds to your messages by the end of the day. You send a text in the morning and don't hear back until late at night with a simple "sorry, busy day." This shift in behavior can be very telling. Another scenario could be your phone conversations. If he used to call you every evening to chat about your day, and now those calls have become sporadic or non-existent, it's a clear indicator that something has changed. Number 2, he stops making plans. If he's no longer initiating dates or suggesting activities, it might mean he's not as invested in spending time together. Think back to when you first started dating. Maybe he was always planning fun outings like going to a new restaurant or catching a movie. Now, if you're the only one suggesting plans and he seems indifferent, or always has an excuse, this is a sign he's not as interested. Another example is if he cancels plans frequently. Perhaps you had a date night scheduled and he cancels last minute with a vague excuse. If this becomes a pattern, it's a clear sign his priorities have shifted. Number 3, he's always too busy. While everyone has busy periods, if he's constantly unavailable, it might mean he's not making you a priority. Consider a time when he was genuinely busy but still made an effort to see you. Maybe he had a hectic work week but still found time for a quick coffee date. Now, if he's using busy as a blanket excuse and not even trying to fit you into his schedule, it's a red flag. Another example is his response to your attempts to make plans. If you suggest meeting up and he always responds with, "I'm too busy," without offering an alternative time, it shows a lack of effort and interest. Number 4, he becomes emotionally distant. If he's no longer sharing his thoughts and feelings with you, it's a sign he's pulling away. Think about the times you used to have deep, meaningful conversations. Maybe you talked about your dreams, fears, and future plans. If those conversations have become shallow or non-existent, it's a sign he's not as emotionally invested. Another example is his reaction to your emotional needs. If you're going through a tough time and he seems indifferent or unsupportive, it's a clear indication that he's emotionally checked out. Number 5, he stops showing affection. If he stopped holding your hand, hugging, or kissing you, it's a sign his interest might be waning. Remember when he used to hold your hand while walking or give you a kiss goodnight? If those affectionate gestures have disappeared, it's a clear sign something has changed. Another example is his reaction to your attempts at affection. If you try to hold his hand or cuddle and he pulls away or seems uncomfortable, it's a sign he's not as interested in maintaining physical intimacy. Number 6, he doesn't include you in his future plans. If he's not talking about a future together, it might mean he doesn't see one. Think about conversations you've had about the future. Maybe you used to talk about trips you wanted to take together or future goals. If he's no longer including you in those plans or seems evasive when you bring up the future, it's a sign he's not as committed. If you mention something you're excited about and he seems disinterested or doesn't ask how he can be a part of it, it's a clear sign he's not considering a future together. Number 7, he's not interested in your life. If he's not asking about your day or showing interest in what's important to you, it's a sign he's not as invested. Consider how he used to ask about your day or take an interest in your hobbies and passions. If those questions have stopped, it's a sign he's not as interested in your life. If you share something exciting or difficult and he responds with indifference or a lack of enthusiasm, it's a clear sign he's not as invested in your life. Number 8, he's easily irritated or annoyed. If he's snapping at you or getting frustrated over small things, it's a sign he's not as interested. Think about the times he used to be patient and understanding. If he's now getting annoyed over minor things like you being a few minutes late or asking a simple question, it's a sign his interest has waned. If he seems irritated or acts like spending time with you is a chore, it's a clear indication that he's not as invested. Number 9, he's more interested in his phone than you. If he's constantly on his phone when you're together, it's a sign he's not as engaged in the relationship. Consider the times you've been out to dinner or watching a movie together. If he's constantly checking his phone or texting someone else, it's a sign he's not as interested in spending quality time with you. If he's more focused on his phone than on what you're saying, it's a clear sign he's not as invested in the relationship. Number 10, he's not putting in effort anymore. If he stopped doing the little things that show he cares, it's a sign he's not as interested. Think about the little things he used to do, like surprising you with your favorite coffee, or planning a special date. If those thoughtful gestures have disappeared, it's a sign he's not putting in the effort anymore. If you express that you need more effort from him and he dismisses or ignores your concerns, it's a clear indication that he's not as invested in the relationship. So there you have it, the 10 clear signs that he's not interested anymore. Remember, one sign on its own might not mean much, but if you're noticing several of these signs together, it's worth having an honest conversation with him about where your relationship is headed. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to Brainy Lab, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an update. And don't forget to leave a comment below with your thoughts and experiences. I'd love to hear from you. Don't forget to check out the next recommended video popping up on your screen right now. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.